Have you ever thought about the films Hollywood would rather you never discovered? The early 1930s marked an explosive and unconventional moment in cinema, a short-lived period when restrictions were loose and the movie screen became a stage for creative rebellion, public debate, and social change. Which films frightened the guardians of morality? And what stories were considered so dangerous they had to be hidden? Let's draw back the curtain and reveal 15 of the most controversial pre-code movies Hollywood tried to suppress, beginning with Pandora's Box. Pandora's Box 1929, a film that still feels daring almost 100 years later, starring the unforgettable Louise Brooks and set in the glittering yet dangerous world of 1920s Berlin, where Brooks plays Lulu, a free-spirited showgirl whose independence and charm make her desired and envied by nearly everyone she encounters, men and women alike, and whose unapologetic lifestyle, in a society struggling to define modern values, becomes a powerful statement as the story explores obsession, consequences, and self-determination, with Lulu refusing to obey the expectations placed on her, while director Guabs creates an atmosphere filled with mystery and emotion, using ambiguous relationships and meaningful glances to tell much of the story. And the film's fame grew because of scenes that suggested relationships between women, something extremely rare for the time, making it no surprise that the censors of the 1930s could not accept it, resulting in a movie remembered both for what it revealed and for what it left unseen, a film once considered a danger to polite society but now regarded as a landmark and a haunting reminder of how bold cinema can be when it is allowed to be. The Trial of Mary Dugan. The Trial of Mary Dugan 1929 follows as a courtroom drama with a striking twist, placing a woman on trial not only for a crime but for daring to live by her own standards, starring Norma Shearer as Mary, a chorus girl involved with a wealthy married man whose sudden death makes her the main suspect and puts her personal reputation on trial alongside the evidence. And at a time when audiences rarely supported women who lived independently of husbands or families. Shearer delivers a performance balanced between vulnerability and boldness, portraying a character who is imperfect, honest, and unashamed, supported by sharp, tense dialogue that energized American cinema, even as censors reacted strongly to the idea that a woman who broke social rules could still be sympathetic, leading Chicago to ban the film and critics to debate whether it was inspiring or harmful. And today it is remembered for proving that messy and complicated real life could belong on the big screen. I'm No Angel, 1933. 1933 explains why Mae West became an icon, arriving just before strict censorship took over and celebrating confidence, independence, and self-acceptance, with West portraying Tira, a circus performer whose sharp intelligence and sharper humor allow her to succeed in a male-dominated world. And when Tira defends herself in court and exposes double standards, the film becomes a declaration that women can lead their own stories and are not defined by public opinion. Filled with sparkling jokes and playful wordplay that audiences still enjoy, while censors struggled with Mae West's ability to communicate bold ideas through implication rather than direct statements, making the film not only a hit but a quiet revolution and a lasting reminder that humor can be a powerful tool. Hell's Angels 1930. Hell's Angels 1930 delivered spectacle on a massive scale, directed by Howard Hughes and starring Jean Harlow, featuring breathtaking aerial sequences alongside a surprisingly honest look at relationships, desire, and emotional consequences among young people brought together by war, with Harlow giving a lively, confident performance as a woman who openly pursues what she wants despite social expectations, and the film's hints of romantic complications and risky situations shocked conservative audiences, dividing critics between admiration and discomfort, yet for viewers exhausted by the Great Depression, its emotional truth and epic scale were deeply appealing, and today it remains both a technical achievement and an example of the bold storytelling that existed before Hollywood's self-imposed rules. Mata Hari 1931 stands as a defining example of pre-code intrigue, starring Greta Garbo as Mad Ari, a dancer-turned-spy navigating romance and danger during World War I, where loyalty, morality, and personal survival become blurred, and Garbo's expressive performance communicates powerful emotion even in silence, while the film's carefully suggested intimacy, clever editing, and dramatic fade-outs alarmed critics. Yet its lasting importance lies in its refusal to offer easy answers, instead asking viewers to reflect on love, patriotism, and sacrifice. Possessed 1931. 1931 features Joan Crawford as Marion, a woman who leaves her small town to pursue ambition in the city and finds herself caught between personal desire and social limits. And what made the film controversial was not simply her behavior but the sympathetic way it portrayed her struggles, showing a woman who makes mistakes and choices not because she is immoral but because she is human, refusing to punish her for wanting more and inviting audiences to support her fight for independence, making the film both celebrated and feared by those who preferred clear moral lessons. And Crawford's performance remains one of the era's defining achievements. Call Her Savage, 1932. Call Her Savage, 1932 showcases Clarabelle as Nasa Springer, a woman shaped by family secrets and personal rebellion, whose life is filled with dramatic upheaval as she refuses to meet social expectations or submit to authority, and whose complicated journey touches on themes that would soon be forbidden, portraying bold choices, emotional honesty, and the willingness to face consequences, with Clarabelle's energetic and heartfelt performance making Nasa unforgettable and securing the film's reputation as a prime example of the fearless storytelling unique to the pre-code years. Babyface, 1933. Babyface, 1933 remains one of the boldest films of the era, driven by Barbara Stanwyck's portrayal of Lily Powers, a woman who rises from hardship by using intelligence, determination, and charm to climb the corporate world of a powerful bank, openly challenging traditional expectations of women and presenting ambition as understandable and sometimes admirable, a perspective that shocked audiences and forced censors to demand extensive changes. Yet even in altered form the film stands as a powerful statement about resilience, survival, and the personal cost of breaking barriers. Finally, Red-Headed Woman, 1932. Red-Headed Woman, 1932 highlights Jean Harlow's rebellious screen persona as Lil Andrews, a secretary determined to improve her life by pursuing a wealthy employer regardless of the consequences, with fast, suggestive dialogue and playful storytelling that encouraged audiences to support her schemes. And Harlow's mischievous and charismatic performance transformed Lil into a rule-breaking heroine at a time when female characters were expected to be pure and modest, helping the film achieve major popularity and controversy while securing Harlow's place as a lasting legend of the silver screen. 3 on a Match, 1932, is a gritty ensemble drama featuring Joan Blondell, Dvorak and B. Davis. The story follows 3 women who reconnect years after childhood, each pursuing a very different path in adulthood. It explores themes such as addiction, temptation, and the repercussions of risky decisions, making it one of the darker entries of the pre-code era. What distinguishes this film is its refusal to deliver neat resolutions. The women's lives intertwine and unravel in surprising ways, with a screenplay addressing difficult subjects with a frankness that likely shocked audiences at the time. 3 on a Match does not shy away from showing the impact of poor choices and harsh circumstances, and Dvorak's performance stands out, portraying a woman struggling to endure against adversity. The film's candid approach drew both admiration and controversy, resulting in censorship efforts and bans in certain regions. Today, it remains a testament to storytelling that confronts life's harsh realities. Scarface, 1932, broke new ground in gangster cinema long before the genre became a Hollywood mainstay. Paul Mooney stars as Tony Camanti, a small-time criminal who climbs the ranks of the underworld with ruthless ambition. The film is packed with suspense, action, and a stark depiction of the consequences of unchecked desire for power. Beyond thrilling audiences, Scarface sparked national debates. Critics feared it glorified crime, while others were captivated by its intensity and style. Director Howard Hawks crafted scenes that were both gripping and sometimes disturbing. Its reputation only grew after censorship demanded extensive cuts, particularly to moments hinting at complex relationships or showing the fallout of Tony's choices. Despite or because of these controversies, Scarface remains a landmark film and a defining piece of the pre-code era. The story of Temple Drake, 1933, adapted from William Faulkner's controversial novel, is a haunting exploration of innocence, danger, and survival. Miriam Hopkins portrays Temple, a young woman whose carefree life is upended by traumatic events. The film does not shy away from the darkness lurking beneath polite society and, by tackling taboo topics, became one of the era's most debated movies. Hopkins delivers a compelling performance, balancing vulnerability and inner strength. Temple must navigate a world where trust is scarce and every decision carries weight. The realistic depiction of her journey drew criticism from those wishing to shield audiences from provocative ideas. Censors demanded edits, and in some areas the film was banned entirely. Nevertheless, the story of Temple Drake has endured as a work that posed challenging questions and refused easy answers, exemplifying filmmakers willing to tell the stories others sought to hide. Freaks, 1932, directed by Todd Browning, holds a singular reputation. The film portrays a traveling circus community in which so-called outsiders are far from powerless. Browning cast actual circus performers in leading roles, lending authenticity and compassion to the depiction of difference. Audiences were unsettled not merely by the performers' appearances, but by the film's subversion of expectations. The so-called freaks are loyal and loving, while the true villains are those who exploit or harm them. Its final act, in which the community rises to defend itself, remains one of cinema's most iconic moments. The film's challenges to social norms led to censorship and bans in multiple countries, and it was quickly removed from theaters. Today, Freaks is celebrated as a cult classic, inviting viewers to rethink concepts of beauty, strength, and family. Night Nurse, 1931. Stars Barbara Stanwyck in a fast-paced drama that spares no intensity. Stanwyck plays Laura Hart, a young nurse entering a world of wealth, danger, and hidden secrets as she cares for two children in a rich household. Upon discovering the children are in peril, she must make difficult choices to protect them. The film mixes suspense, social critique, and dark humor, highlighting the challenges faced by working women and the ingenuity required to thrive in a male-dominated environment. Clark Gable delivers a chilling portrayal of the villain, heightening the tension. Its honest depiction of violence and corrupt authority sparked criticism, yet these same qualities cemented Night Nurse as a standout of the pre-code era, with Stanwyck's performance radiating both strength and compassion. She Done Him Wrong, 1933. Showcases another unforgettable performance by Mae West. This film, emblematic of the pre-code era, combines sly humor, wit, and charm that have kept audiences engaged for decades. West portrays Lady Lou, a saloon singer who outsmarts everyone around her with confidence and cleverness. The script brims with double entendres and playful dialogue, allowing West to push the boundaries of what could be depicted on screen. Cary Grant, in an early role, provides the perfect foil to West's commanding presence. Together, they create a chemistry that is both hilarious and unforgettable. Critics at the time were both impressed and scandalized by the film's rule-breaking approach. Lady Lou is neither a victim nor a saint. She is a woman in control of her destiny, a notion more shocking than any visual effect. She Done Him Wrong serves as a fitting finale to our exploration, illustrating that the pre-code era was about more than breaking taboos. It was about imagining the possible. Pre-code Hollywood remains a treasure trove of bold narratives, unforgettable characters, and cinematic risks that shaped modern filmmaking. If you enjoyed this dive into Hollywood's untamed past, share it with fellow film fans and continue exploring the stories that once defied convention. Sometimes, the most compelling tales are the ones once hidden from view.